dive, but it looks like the nukes might be enough. Yep, they get him right as he tries to dive out. That'd be our first blood. Eventually, it was a 6.
Fender would be sitting behind the top of the mid lane, and ultimately they just hemmed and hawed a little bit too long. I think if they immediately made the rotation for the mid lane, they would have been successful regardless of the creeps, and now that...
Oh, that's going to be a close one. Global Silence is up. That is a perfect opportunity for Fnatic to get a free kill. Obviously, pretty hefty cooldown on the global
HP that you have to cut through. Kill.
Yeah, Mushi definitely knows. This is so smart. I mean, the way that they took that tower with no contest means something's going to be happening on the other side of the map. Mushi knows about it. He'll get off the global silence. This is going to stop any of Super's aggression, and already the TP is complete from Net. But they need more. There's no other TPs coming out right now. This could be a huge error. They do have the stun ray coming in. Looks like Mushi's going to die to that one. Tusk falls, but Super is going to be able to pick up the other kill. And that was just a lack of rotations there from Fnatic. It looked really good. We were setting up the storyline of Fnatic being able to respond to this bit of aggression from Vici, but
especially when you're playing against a champ, everybody and their mother is going to rotate in to try to kill you, and FY is now going to go down at top for free. Mid one's just going to use his ultimate, get a free pick off there.
Ancient stack and fight over it.
They're going to take mid now because they want to take control of this jungle and play aggressively.
And they can't afford to let Burning get any more stacks, right?
Yeah, and you're going to cut off like this area effectively by taking all 3 of these towers early.
Oh, mid one. Nice job holding on to that stun. Makes this happen impale, the top one to land. He will be able to get off the spike carapace. There is going to be a global silence down in return, but Mushi perhaps a little bit quick on the trigger, as there wasn't that much Vici Gaming was really going to be able to do with that kind of play. And this should still be the tier 1 tower going down. They're going to try and come in with the stun ray. They do have Supernova if they want to try and fight this one, but...
So, this morning I was talking to Gods about it, and he was pretty confident about Fnatic, and I was like, oh man, Vici's got this, but this mid opportunity, mid one.
Yeah, mid one looks like he should be dying here. The spike carapace really helping out, and they are going to be lacking a bit in damage, but they're still going to be able to run him down. The wand goes off. He has enough for a stun. Turnaround 2, the Supernova gets laid out. A couple more right clicks, they should be able to finish him off, but Bender's going to die in return, and mid one's going to be able to survive. The A goes down as well. That's a 2-for-0 special as Fnatic respond just in time. Mid one with the big stacks of Magic Wand. Supernova to protect them, but they've got the attack speed and enough heroes to be able to take out the egg pretty quickly. And now, oops, back to the bottom lane, we do have Net, who's going to be initiated on the global silence, goes down, so they're not going to be able to pop the Shadow Shaman immediately, which means he gets off the wards. This probably means that Tusk's going to be dying at the very minimum, and Net, well, his EMP goes off, it's still not enough damage. It looks like another hero that's going to be able to just barely survive through the Vici Gaming attempt at a pickoff. But as that spin was a bit too slow, it seemed like many players started going for the faster blink daggers. Burning is still playing this pretty slow, and he's going to be caught out trying to farm up the ancient stack once again. They have so many heroes colliding on in. They're going to be able to kill Burning immediately. And Super, well, he's going to try and respond with the Tornado EMP, but it's not going to be able to do much. Fnatic will farm the rest of that stack.
That rotation at bottom that mid one made, everything that they've done is very calculated. He's just gonna do what he can to hold down this push, but there's so many things assaulting right now.
Nice, little bit of ice start. They will be able to make the immediate response from Net, though. They control ice, get the 2-man stun. Burning still being controlled up. He's not getting any damage out while these groups are all grouped up, but still, Fnatic are now going to be able to try and get out. Mushi's going to be the first target. They turn to Net, actually. The Supernova getting laid down. Fnatic not going to be able to turn things around just yet. Mid one with a nice 2-man impale that will give Mushi time to be able to get out. Burning can't quite catch up to be able to get off the stun. He'll throw it at mid one, perhaps? No, doesn't even try that much. Game, which is actually pushing high ground against a Bat Rider, a Cross-Flex Invoker. These heroes are difficult. What do? Well, talk about that later. Fenrir is going to get picked off. Maybe. Does have a snowball. He's going to be going towards some of his allies, but it doesn't look like Vici Gamer are going to try and save him past a stun ray beam, so that's going to be it there.
Caught up by our shirt. What's going to save him? Nobody on the team getting forced.
Big time to rotate back. Right as Ice who's coming forward. Oh, he's going to show himself now. FY spots him out, but Ice will be able to get. He got the Saboteur, so he's not pulling him in the perfect direction, but it's still going to be enough to have to get that kill. FY jumps in. Supernova gets laid out. Fnatic don't have the opportunity to kill that egg. It's going to be able to explode here. And desperately trying to commit, but it has got no help whatsoever from the rest of the team. Goes to the TP out, and that is actually going to be successful. Now mid one's going to jump in with a 3-man impale. Mushi's here. He's got his lot of A2 to ensure a curly kill on the Tusk. And Vici Gaming are just going to break from here. They're going to give up on the Tusk. It means it's going to be an extra bit of intelligence for him. And Fnatic, I mean, considering that was a smoke initiation on the Lone Druid and everything else, that was a pretty
Normally you have like Jeb long one at this point.
Oh, he actually sees mid one. They had a counter ward sitting inside the river. They're going to be able to combo him off the snowball. And Walrus Punch holding him in place. A free pick off there. And this means Lone Druid needs to try and draw some attention away. Pick off first, as Vici Gaming still having their full 5 are probably going to contest. The Tornado Imp is going to be able to slow down Fnatic for the time being. And they do have that big supernova they can place on the cliff. If FY is able to get a nice position for this one. Roshan is down to 3k HP. Stepping Blast is going to slow things down pretty significantly. And Mushi's been stuck. Mushi up on the cliff. That's going to be huge. Mushi's not going to be able to pick up the Aegis. Blink back down. They did manage to keep him up there. Now the Global Silence is laid out right as Roshan's about to die. They're going to be able to pick up the Aegis and now turn and fight. But it is going to be Vici Gaming in a superior position. They're easily going to be able to kill Mushi and take life number 1. They've also got the Lone Druid dead to right. So this means Mushi's going to come back entirely alone. His Blink, not going to be good enough, but perhaps the send back from Chen, they don't actually have enough damage, but the Tornado is going to be able to take that send back off. That means she will die in secondary time. That Roshan fight really was not the one for Fnatic. If they'd gotten the pick off on maybe the Phoenix to start things off, we actually got to talk about this item pickup. We have a Desolator now on Super's Invoker, turning into much more of a right-click build. It's specifically to deal with Lone Druid and Global Silence. Oh, they're actually going to be able to grab Ohio here to start things off, but Ice immediately turned around upon. They're going to drop their Serpent Wards and everything else to make sure they blow him up. BKB, though, is up on Burning as well as Super, and they're able to turn, take out Mushi. They're going to go for Chrissy as well, as he's going to be run down, it looks like, by Burning. Oh, miss percentage coming out from the Radiance actually makes it so the Chen survives. Still, though, Burning and the rest of his boys will be able to take control of
Styles. Let's get into a fight right now. We wait for like, see, they go for the smoke Fnatic.
Yep,
but they're just going to run into each other.
Right into each other. The Tornado's going to be the first one out. They do have the triple one placed aggressively. Net probably going to die here. The Glimmer Cape actually saving him. Burning is looking for his target. He gets the 2-man stun that's perfect. Being controlled up by the Net, but still Ice making sure these heroes stay grouped up together. There goes the Lone Druid Bear. Ohio's probably going to be next up. They got a pit stop on Chen, take him out, and now Ohio's going to be next up. They have the stun almost ready to go on Burning. He just needs to be able to get it out. Ohio will die. Mid one, he's going to be kind of stuck out as the sticky napalm is slowing him down. He managed to get a blink away, though, thanks to the spike carapace, and he will actually survive. But Vici Gaming winning that fight quite handedly, not dropping a single hero. They're all sitting above half HP. They're actually
wasting his BKB timer. But what worked out for them is that Burning's initial stun.
Yeah. The fact that he managed to get the 2-man stun, controlling Mushi, most specifically, he didn't get off his 10-second BKB at all, because Ice was able to follow up that stun with a lasso. Mid one, kind of getting caught there on the front line, trying to bend when it really wasn't necessary. They almost had their silencer back up. Now they're left in a 4 versus 5 position once again. Farming hero like Sven, who is getting almost, actually getting close to 10k ahead of most of the other cores of Fnatic. Batrider looking for that initiation. Unfortunately, the Spike Therapist is going to be able to stop him. Good positioning from mid one. They're actually just going to be able to blow up Ice. Still, though, BKB and Supernova are going to be laid out. Ohio, they're going to be able to turn Kill the Egg nice and quick on the left-hand side. Burning is struggling to be able to get his hands on Net, but the Glimmer Cape's laid out. They're actually controlling Vici Gaming beautifully. It all starts with being able to kill Ice, and now Fnatic make a clean turnaround and are going to be able to take out Vici Gaming. Looks like, unfortunately, they're missing out on the counter vision to be able to catch Super, but still, a clean fight nonetheless.
Can't afford to play this fight sloppy. They're about to get high grounded right now.
Ice definitely got to get the right initiation. He's sitting practically off the map. He's going to go in, actually trying to pick up mid one first, trying to get the quick pick off on him. And that was a lot of BKBs being used by Vici Gaming. If Fnatic can actually get out with minimal losses, this will be an okay fight. But Fnatic are going to be losing at least Christie to keep you out. Mushi, he's going to be good. Glimmer Cape stays there. And Lone Druid's back out as well. So that's actually not too bad. Kin's plenty of avenues and find that right next pickoff.
Oh, this is perfect. Fnatic have the refresher. This is around one of the better moments that they're going to grab for fight.
They don't have the angle it. Ice, make his initiation. He's going to BKB, jump forward, not really finding any teammate here. And now they're going to be able to counterplay this one. The global sounds goes off. Mushi blinking in aggressively, looking to be able to control up FY first. He's going to try and take out that Supernova. Still, though, Burning has run out of his BKB, and now it's going to be Rodabase post up. So they see a free opportunity to kill the carry of Vici Gaming, as they're just going to leave him behind, knowing that this is pretty much, as we said, every man for himself. They're going to try and TP away on FY. probably going to be chased down. He doesn't have a blink or anything like
Radiant's
that.
middle tower is under
So
attack.
he'll just buy time perhaps with a snowball. That's going to be 3 down from BG Gaming. As that refresher definitely had a huge impact in the fight. Off that global bounce and using BKB. He can blink in really aggressively as long as he's not in the vicinity of burning. He's going to take care of you, but Ice did come around. He's finding the right kind of initiation. They're going to be able to try and blow. Look what's going on. The send back. 10 gets it once again. The tornado. This is just going to be cleanup time for BG Gaming, but it's going to be a consolation prize at this point. The big win would have been killing Mushi. They only get mid-1 as the successful TP from Chen does go out.
Sean has fallen to the Radiant.
Who slays me? Silence! Curse you!
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Illusion! Put me out of your mind.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Dominate! Rekindled! Be still!
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Fnatic victory!